Guys, welcome in for another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. I'm your co-host with Trentinator over here. He's trying out this new fabulous type makeup. He's actually there. You just can't see him yet. I mean, Trent, say something. Well, apparently can't hear him either, but he's there. I promise. Guys, please smash that golden like button. Smash it because we want Bitcoin to go back up. Not down, because we don't want Bitcoin to go down. We want Ethereum and all the alt season to go. So we want to smash that up. That's right. Smash, 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 smash. Golden like. Hit the subscribe bell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And, you know, do your thing in the corner because that's how you grow on YouTube, but not on Rumble. Okay, because they love us over there. Guys, what is going on? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? How is the markets today? The markets are crazy. Bitcoin's at 118,000. Hey, it's a good reset, guys. This is totally normal. It's just breathing. I think our next stop could be $150,000 in about 2 weeks. Maybe. I hope that'd be nice. I'm not gonna fit out about it. Whoa. Okay, what do we got going over it, man? Pull open the bubbles. Nate, what's up, Nate? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? I just recognized you, man. How was work today? Oh, my crypto bubbles. What is going on, man? I feel like my whole screen's kind of jacked up. Why does it seem so shrinking? Let's zoom in. No, that didn't help. Why is everything so combobulated? It feels like everything's just zoomed in so much. Freaking, you guys.
Your crew.
Hey, I told them that you were here. You were just wearing invisible makeup. And I was hoping that you would talk. Train front load, play. Yeah, dude, front load sucks. Ass.
Nate Doggy, what up?
What up? Here's a home slice from what we do for a living.
Oh,
what
nice.
we do over there. Hey, Trent, did you not see this? Freaking, it was kicking ass and taking names. It was my outperformer in my portfolio. Boom, here we are. It actually was up way more than that. 6.5, 5.6 right now. We can take those. Those are sweet gains. 22%, guys. Harlem, where you at, bro? Dog? No, so today I brought in Mosasaurus, Dr. Pepper.
Nice,
nice. We're the most hydrated community out there, you know, and I went pretty hard this last week, so I was trying to take a little bit of a breather. Guys, how low is Bitcoin gonna go? What are we eyeballing the possible trade? Hey, look at there's real USD. It's made it in. It's made its way in. That's like the first time I actually noticed it. It's doing a really good job of staying pegged too.
Yeah.
All right. I would expect nothing better. Nothing better. Where am I at? Check out the top 100. Everything's taking a little bit of a breather. No sweat. Stella pumps really hard. It's also taking a breather. Here, we'll check out the day. Here we are on the day. Here we are on the weekly. Everything's still super fine on the week, man. Don't let that day stuff get you. Pepe chart. Pepe. Pepe, did you see Turbo? Crushed it today, Pepe. I was listening to somebody compare Pepe to Pengu, and they were thinking that Pengu is the #1 meme. And I was like, I don't think so. I think it's still Pepe. I think Pepe still holds the crown for that one. But, you know, if you look on the monthly, you might be able to make a trade on Trump coin, man. Down 8.1%. So is Virtuals. Virtuals is up so spicy for the year. In the month, you know, that looks kind of like a double top to me, Trent. You think it's gonna come down lower? Not immediate pulling up. It looks like Virtuals could come back down to like $1.57 level.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I haven't.
I crashed. Get out, Pepe. No freaking way it crashed. You're lying to me right now. I was literally watching a video today and they were pushing it.
It's not something that I chart much, so. Virtual.
It did kind of crash pretty hard, down 20%. That is pretty bad.
Before we keep it moving,
Hey, look at Zebek, man. I was telling who keeps asking us? Chase. Chase keeps asking about Zebek. Yeah, be careful.
Bringing a Wonder Kid today. Double dry hopped, hazy double IPA, coming in at 8.5%.
I have a question for Pepe too. Pepe, well, we watched Trent pour his glass. Throw it in here. What do you think about all the other Pepe off-brand coins? Pepe's brother, its sister, its cousin, its aunt, its uncle.
He's gonna say there's only one Frog King.
I don't know. I mean, what about Brett? Are we crushing? Dude, Harlem, did you see Turbo, dude? Oh my gosh, man. I went to bed and I was like, oh, sweet, made it to the 5-0. That's what I was thinking. Well, that was like the first level of retest. And dude, we ripped right through that sucker, man. I think we're just slightly above it right now. But dude, I was thinking about you today, Harlem. I was like, yeah, I was like, I hope he comes in today, dude. Pepe's crushing it.
Harlem, that's something that
6.5, dog. 50% away from an all-time high. I guess at 1x is what I mean.
Harlem, this is something that we've got to guard our emotions from moving forward in the rest of this bull run. Is that we're going to be tempted to look at a red day and we're going to say, oh my God, are we crashing? And we have to keep perspective.
Yeah.
You know, Bitcoin is crashing from $123,000.
Trent,
to
can't be raining on our parade, man. We've been waiting for Turbo to go. We're so happy to see you go. You gotta let us at least enjoy one day of a rain before we get a rain dance. There's a lot of good coins in the top 100. Pepe thinks Brett, Turbo, or Pepe. You should put that in order and how you like it. You probably say Pepe, Brett, Turbo, Mog, Floki, or Mog, Turbo, Floki. I kind of like the reason I got into Turbo is because it hits the meme and the AI narrative because it was created, ChatGPT. So I kind of like it double dips. Oh, you threw me back on the screen. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
Didn't even notice, Trent. I'm gonna jump over here because I want to take a look at Pepe. Trent, there's something going on with StreamYard. Why does it feel like my screen's condensed and I can barely see it?
I don't know.
It's 50% smaller than normal. Is that how it is for you too?
No.
I don't like it.
I don't know. Hey, but do you like the start of my little background?
No. No. You should have something in there like Bitboy or something instead of like a Satanist.
I have
There you go. Hey, is it signed?
It is.
What's it say? Let me see.
It says, Tamale and Trent, fake money well spent.
Oh,
because Molly used to tell me, stop spending our fake money on real money.
I have one too.
Sorry, the opposite. Stop spending our real money on fake money.
I got one that says Bitboy, aliens are real. Okay, where are we going? We got going Pepe, CPI data, Harlem, Turbo retest for sure. Turbo is retesting, I think, right now. I hope Turbo break 1 cent on hold. Dude, we'll look into Turbo. We'll check it out. Well, I'm gonna hit Pepe and then we'll hit Turbo. Is that okay with you, Trent?
Yeah.
And I kind of want to check out Trump Coin because there might be a possible trade there. Okay, the one thing, Pepe, I do have slight. Oh, you can't see. Why is it not on screen, Trent?
Well, I don't know. I didn't touch it.
I had to remove and re-add it. That's weird. Okay, so the one thing Trent will probably even agree with me on this is, I don't know where this line came from, but I drew it at some point. We came up, we came back down, and we came up. That definitely looks like a double top. That looks like a double top.
Yeah.
So that makes me cautious.
What time frame?
This is the 1 hour.
Oh yeah. I mean,
so I don't. We probably can come down this level or this level, even this level down here.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be cautious. So the 4 hours still coming down. I mean, it does. It looked like it could have been a cup and handle, but we're falling through it right now. It's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, and a double top doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give up all of the gains from that pump right there. You know, it doesn't mean that you have to just go through carnage.
Again, well, I
You know,
mean, we'll add some sort of support right here, and it looked like we did fall through and came back up. Now we fall through, we could come back up. I just saying on cautious terms. I laid out like a bunch of levels where we can float. You know, here. Why is it? Excuse me, on my screen I can see it, but on can you see a yellow line right here, Trent?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. The stream guys are wigging out. So I'm just throwing up a couple levels of like where we can see signals to bounce off. I mean, if you look at it, it is coming down pretty hard.
What level is that red line at? The moving average band?
The 50?
Yeah.
It's at 11404.
There's no reason it can't go at least there.
Yeah, that's
honestly
what I would guess. This looks like the main support.
Yeah. There's no reason it can't go there.
The one thing we got going for us is that we do got thick money flow and interaction on the network, but the red, blue momentum waves with the red dot are coming down. The VWAP hasn't shown any signs of distress of wanting to roll up yet, so we are sitting pretty nasty at negative 15 on the VWAP.
Yeah.
He's perfect all by a ton there. Well, you're supposed to DCA in. We go over the 12 hour. The 12 hour looks like it's also rolling down too. Pepe, see, we got the blue momentum wave coming down, red dot. Unless we have, we are 66.57. I can see we have a fake out. If we're above 60s on both of them, I like to see that's a possibility. Yeah, we may. Yeah, I think we'll probably come down to here before we decide on what we want to do. That's a good level, I think. 11.5, and then we'll have to recheck. I mean, look at the 21. Like Trent always says, the 21's a magnet. I mean, we could pull all the way back down to the 21, right, Trent?
Yeah, absolutely.
While breaking down, the blue momentum is coming down.
I do think on the 12 hour and the daily, like what is more likely to happen is the 21 will get pulled up a little further rather than just coming all the way down.
I agree.
Right down to touch that. 21 will get pulled up further.
21 will be up like right here.
Yeah, 21 and price will meet each other somewhere in the middle. And if we're really bullish, that at the top of that looks like a flag to me, actually.
Yeah.
So if we're bullish, the 21 will get pulled all the way up to meet that flag, and then it'll break out. So
when we got the VWAP coming down, we have the red dot on the daily, the 12 hour. The 2-day doesn't look like it's totally spent yet. The 12 hour and the daily do look like that they are spent. The 3-day doesn't look like it's there. So this could be, just midweek type. We'll see, it's Monday today. We could see a reversal and maybe even being positive by Thursday. You have to check back in with us on Monday, Wednesday. Check back in with us on Wednesday. See what's going out. The weekly's still good though for Pepe. It's just maybe a small retest. DCA in when catch those lows. Keep that cash on the side so we can do that. We're going to check out Turbo next. Dude, I just realized I have 2 Trump coins. I don't even know how that happened. There we go. Trump, Troll, Turbo. Turbo on the weekly is looking so good, Harlem. But we're gonna roll over to the smaller time frames. So we are having momentum to the downside. I mean, we did run up really hot, man. I was like 50% up at one point of the day at the peak. The green money flow is thick. Blue momentum waves coming down. Those strings coming down. Stokes are high. VWAP is low. So it doesn't feel like this is the end of it. This is the first couple red dots, and we could pull back down to 4 or 5. I don't think we'll go that low, but that's the lowest we can go. Momentum wave just flicked a red dot on the 4 hour. The VWAP just broke down. Oh, frick! Look at the blue momentum waves though. Holy crap! On the 12 hour, it's freaking 99 and 95. It is thick momentum wave. VWAP is massively up. Green wave still looks good on the 12 hour. To me, if we don't retake like this higher high right here in this next 9 hours and we stay right here, we didn't break above it. We'll probably end up slowly breaking down. and getting that retest before we continue going.
Yeah.
On the daily, it's so hot. The strength is so hot right now in Turbo. I love it. I love it. Yes.
Guys, I'm gonna paste
21
something.
so low. Hey, is that a golden cross, Trent? Oh, when the 21 crosses the 50.
Yeah. I mean, look, any lower time frame crossing a higher time frame is technically a golden cross. But 21 crossing the 50 is one that people look for a lot. 50 crossing the 200 is one that people look for a lot. So
the 2-day looks good. The 3-day looks good. Everything looks good on Turbo. Maybe a short breather. We'll take a short breather and we revisit it. Oh, I don't know, Trent, if you knew this or not, but yesterday we kicked up like 5 subscribers on Rumble. So everybody out there watching us on Rumble, we really appreciate your support. You guys are outpacing 5-1 to YouTube, so you guys are going to catch up to YouTube. And I told Trent, there's a hunger out there on Rumble for people who are interested in crypto, and we really feel like we have something to give. So if you guys out there watching us on Rumble, hit us up in the chat. We see it. It pops up on our stream, and we'll read it off. And if you ever have any questions, let us know.
Yeah, real quick. Guys, if you're interested, I'll say this again later toward the end of the stream. Join our X community. I pasted a link in the description here, and you know, I'll share my screen real quick.
Harlem, now that BTC coming down, will Turbo fall back down? Turbo's looking good, Harlem. I think Turbo's looking good. We might come back down a little bit. I think the lowest I saw was like 4.5, but every time frame looked good pretty much for Turbo. Besides like the 1 4 hour, like maybe it was 1 4 and 12, but everything else besides that was like it looked gravy, dude. Looks nice.
Join our X community that we just created, and guys, this is our way. We'll also have a Discord too for people.
This is how we have to do giveaways through the X community.
Yeah. We're gonna build our Discord as well, but guys, join our X community because this is one of the ways.
1 cent. Let's go 2 cents.
This is one of the ways that we're trying to build a community outside of just the live streams, right? Like the only time that we have to actually chat with each other is when we're on here live. But, you know, follow us on our X community because we're going to do a lot of cool things in there. We're going to post trade setups that not everybody gets. We're going to, you know, we may do some giveaways, like, you know, we got to think tank it, but we're going to do some really cool things. And once we hit 500 subscribers, people are going to have to buy a cheap membership on our YouTube channel in order to be part of our X community. So if you get in right now, you get in for free, you're grandfathered in. I promise you we're going to do some cool stuff. So
Trent, what do you
jump
think
in and
about...
be here for the beginning.
Yeah, get in from the beginning, man. Everybody knows ground roots movements where it's at.
Yeah.
What do you think about possibility of giving away a rare Evo ticket?
Oh. Very high possibility, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a raffle off to like one of our top influencers. I was just throwing that idea out there. Trent just was like, "Oh, that's a good idea." Well, we'll see. We'll play on it. We'll play on it, guys. We have to scan and plan for that. But where are we at on the Trump coin, Trent? I wanted to see if there was a possible trade coming up on it. Which on the 1 hour, I didn't realize it pumped up back here. We peaked, double top, coming down. We're going to retesting the 920 levels. A solid bottom area is between 8 and 840 and 874, Trent. Well, a local bottom on Trump coin. Wow, yeah. So if we see it come down here, guys, that might be a trade possibility. We'll have to revisit the charts, but that might be something good. 21 is coming back down to the 50. I'm thinking, Trent, it probably will come back down to like this range right here. This is what I'm kind of thinking.
You're thinking like 850?
I think $9 is where I start getting interested, because that's where I think it's coming. So it's like 32 cents lower, and then if I wake up tomorrow and it's at $9 and I re-look at it, and like, let's say the candles are still negative, the says the bears are still controlled, the 21 is still coming down, the momentum is kind of like this, it's still coming. That's where I'm starting to get interested in a possible trade setup for Trump.
Yeah. You know, if you go to the 4 hour,
here's the 12 hour. Look at the 12 hour. I mean, the 12 hour is screaming like this support, this key level would be right here, would be the first level, and the second level could be right here.
Yeah. The line in the sand is right where we're sitting right now. So
I don't sit in sand, Trent. I don't live in the desert.
It's
we have grass.
It's sitting right on top of the 200 moving average right now. So if it loses that at about 9:23, then I say we go.
Where is the 200 on mine? The 200 is way above on me. Oh, what time frame are you
on the 4 hour?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then I'd say we go all the way
right.
to 9:03 at the 100. Actually, the 100 and the 150 moving average are meeting each other right now at $9.03. So that level would be very strong support for Trump coin.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Because those two moving averages are converging. There's a chance. Look, if this is just a wick and we hold above, if we close this candle above the 200 MA, this could be the literal bottom. I doubt it though. The reason why I doubt it is because the 21 is curving down. Oh yeah. Right, the 21 is curving down. That's why I doubt it.
Yeah.
And for the band to start a curve like that and then get out of it right away is a little funny for sure. But you should look at this too, that the stochastics are very low on the 4 hour. Granted, they can stay that way for a little longer.
Well, you're right. Like, we could stay right where the 200 and the 50 are converging. There is a possibility we just end up trading sideways right there. That is a possibility.
Yeah. You know, the stochastics are very low, which they can stay that way for a little while. But that leads me to believe that I don't know if we go under $9. If we do, it's wicking. I mean, I don't know. We definitely can. The RSI tells you that you could go lower than that. But, I don't know. The MACD tells you could go lower than that. But we have to contend with this level at, $9.03 first. It's not going to give that up too easily.
Yeah. Well, let's check out a larger time frame. The 12 hour, it looks like that's a bearish engulfing candle on the 12 hour. What do you think?
12 hour, I mean, it wouldn't be a bearish engulfing candle because the candle right before it is red. So it's bearish engulfing if the candle right before it was green, and then you get a red candle that's larger than the size of the previous candle.
It's very, it looks more elusive on my screen. It looks a lot larger. That's what she said.
Yeah. And then
the 3-day also says that we should be pumping up to Trent.
Yeah.
On the Trump point.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, not a lot to work with on that chart, but
yeah.
I mean, MACD is making its way up.
Oh my
God. You've got support underneath you at $8.58 on the 3-day. So Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's that?
Oh, the 3-day. You want to jump into ETH? Go over
Sure.
ETH or BTC?
Sure. Let's go over to Bitcoin. On the weekly chart, what do we have here? We've got, a breakout of this flag that we were in that I had been saying. I'd been telling you it's mirroring this flag from back here, but it's going to be a shorter flag. It's almost like a fractal, but it's a shorter fractal with the same end result, which was we break bullish out of the flag and we start an uptrend that back here lasted for 13 weeks, 91 days. We see the stochastics are getting high on the weekly. The RSI is not high on the weekly, which means we do have room to continue here. And if we kept pumping to like 135, which is what I think we're going to do, then a bigger drop from that level would reset the stochastics on the weekly, which we need desperately. So
You worried about the stochastics on Bitcoin on the weekly?
I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying at some point in time, they have to reset. I mean, look, we can go all the way up here to 99 on the stochastics. I mean, we can absolutely max it out. We've done it before. Right now we're at 93. I mean, we can get higher, and then we can also stay there for weeks as the price pumps. I'm not worried about the RSI. I'm just saying eventually it has to come down, and one of the ways that could happen is by coming up, hitting 135, coming back down, having a larger correction from that level would definitely reset the Stokes there. I think that if I was going to give a target on the weekly, I've drawn this before, but we broke bullish out of an inverse head and shoulders. I had been drawing it for a long time on the channel. An inverse head and shoulders. Right? If you come down here and you invert the whole chart, click invert scale, right? You see that it's a head and shoulders pattern. There's the head, there's the left shoulder, there's the right shoulder. Okay? So you can invert the chart and see it pretty clearly. The measured move out of that inverse head and shoulders comes to
Labruca, dude, H-bar, man. Dude, H-bar's been fire this week, dude. It's up 50% this week. It's been great. That's like Labruca.
I mean, look, the measured move out of that is all the way up here at $166,000.
Yeah, Crypto Face is thinking I think he said on Twitter 150 by 2 weeks. He's guessing. Then Stokes should be really pumping through the roof at that point.
Yeah. So that's what I see happening. We definitely go. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you jump over the liquidation bar, it's really interesting because look what happened, man. We smashed the freaking logs. Boom, 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 man. There's not a whole lot of craziness above us. Oops. Where's the liquidity at? We literally came down and sniped that liquidity. Are we surprised to see Bitcoin come down? No, because it follows the liquidity. and we've been hot so many days. People thought it was invincible. Model 3 shows that there is some liquidity at, what range is this? 123. What's the exact all-time high, Trent?
120.
This is 123.
123 and change. Let's see. It looks like it is $123.269, at least on the Binance chart.
Yeah, and you know what's really interesting about that, guys, is like we're pointing out, we hunt the liquidity. The next little spot is actually just above the new all-time high. Just like what CryptoFish was saying, he thinks that we are going to chase down those. Wait, what? Weird. I just pulled up the Bybit one. That was weird. Here's Bybits. You know, look, boom. We came out. We sniped out that 80 million liquidation, and then there was another 71 million. We went after them, guys. There's a chance we come down this pocket, but I don't know, man. It's weird that we don't have any shorts that are about to be squeezed in this little gap right here. Like the next short squeeze is at 121 and 123, 400. Which those guys are feeling pretty safe up there, man. I wouldn't be worried. I would be worried.
So, Labruca, I'm not much of a Fibonacci guy. Just being honest, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong for that. I'm just saying I don't tend to use it. I use moving averages, VRVP, MACD, stochastic RSI, and the RSI. But if I
use Market Cipher.
If I come over here and I pulled a fib retracement, I guess you're supposed to pull it from the top, right? I mean, where else would you pull it? So golden pocket, is what, 0.786? Is that, am I right on that? I mean, it's not coming down to 0.618 for sure. 0.786 would come down to $112,142, which it absolutely could. There's no reason it can't do that. I don't think that we go that low. Not right now. And the reason why, let's see here. My reason why is come down to the smaller time frame.
Says he thinks you pull it from the bottom.
Well, see, I'll do that. You pull it from the Fibonacci retracement, though. But let's see.
Pepe, with
the thing is, which bottom? If I pull from back here, okay, 0.3. Okay, because that one's the golden line, 0.382. Would that be it? I mean, that puts you at 109. That brings you back into the bull flag, and I don't think we're doing that. If we pulled it from this bottom, if we pull it from the most recent bottom, which seems like the best practice, then see, that has you already falling through it right now. If you pull it from back here, then that has it at 116.5, which in that case we could absolutely go to that. I mean, we could go, yeah. So there it is. I'm like I said, I'm not a Fibonacci guy, but I pulled it from every possible bottom that you could pull it from, and That's what I'm getting. See, here's why I don't know. Here's why I'm not so interested in Fibonacci. Like, you can do this with support and resistance, right? Like, you know, we're in price discovery. We don't have a lot of it. That's why people pull Fibonacci, if I'm not mistaken, is, you know, you don't have a lot of trading history creating support and resistance levels in order to go off of. But you can see them beginning to form. You know, this line cuts through the close of this candle and the open of that candle.
What's up, John McKees?
And I come up with about the same place as the fib gave me.
You know we're gonna get rich, John.
So, you know, could it go there? Absolutely, it could go there. What I think personally, I think we're gonna flag, and I think we're going to. You're not going to be able to draw the flag perfectly. You know, hindsight is 2020. You could create an ascending, broadening channel right there, but some kind of consolidating flag sideways.
You know, can I cover some stuff too on ETH?
Oh yeah, go for it.
No, I'm just looking over here, and I don't do the fib either. I use an all market cipher, and one of the things I noticed just real quickly, because I wanted to cover, is that we have this trigger wave right here. Well, last time we had a trigger wave and we waited for it to confirm. It was right here, right? And you can count the months: 1, 2, 3, 4 months of upwards action. Okay. Now, if you count it off right here, we have the trigger wave down here in the green dot. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and that would finish us in November. That was a peak. Now, if you're like, okay, well, let's get a little bit more data. So we come over here to the last bull run. Okay, well, what was the peak in the last bull run? The all-time high. It's also in November, coincidentally. So now, are we? If we hit this bull run and we're entering the euphoric phase, are we going to have a maybe 4-month average run up? 1, 2, 3, 4, and are we going to finish in November at its Ethereum's peak? That's usually right around the time that we end. So that's a good line of sight to kind of project out on where you think the end of the market is going to be coming. And also, to wrap up, like Ethereum, dude, on like, you're talking about fib numbers. I don't do any of that crap, but CryptoPace, you know, I just use his stuff, and we have still momentum coming down the 1 hour. The 4 hour, we're just starting to come down, and you could even want to argue that this is some sort of bearish divergence happening right here, swing down and swing up, swing down. And then you have the Stokes coming down. This is just short term. Okay? The VWAP is coming down. Shrink just tipped. The Stokes are high. Let them reset, guys. If we jump over the 12 hour, the 12 hour is like, dude, we've been going up for like a week straight. Give it a little bit of retest. You know, let it come back down to like 28. Let's say 2,800. You know, it's okay. But then you jump over and you're like, all hope has failed. The daily is still looking like a red dot, like it wants to cool off. We have a doji candle, which is kind of a trend reversal. Your 2 days kind of like an eh. You're like, oh my gosh. Like 3 days starting to curve up. But you jump over to like a higher time, like the 5 day. The 5 day still says we still got room to go. The 8 day still says we have room to go. The weekly still has we have room to go. The 2 week is still having the momentum upside. The month is we have that green dot. So it's really just telling you this is just a short-term fake out before we continue moving. That's what the data is telling us. You know, so I would, like I said, I wouldn't be too worried. I don't know how you pull the fib. I just know that I wouldn't be surprised for us to come down a little bit. You know, if you come down this support, it's okay.
He says everything crashing. You know, not to worry. The thing is,
not silver and gold.
The thing is, look, we're far away from the 21. Of course, we can come down. Like, there's nothing preventing us from retesting, at the most, retesting the breakout point of the bull flag. So, you know,
even Ethereum could come down to the 20-cent level.
yeah. There's nothing preventing that. But honestly, guys, like, it's not a crash when we go from 123 to 117. That's not a crash. And I get what you're saying, but you know, this is where a lot of people, maybe not you, maybe not me, but this is where a lot of people are going to have to learn emotional management when you're in price discovery. So there you go.
I'm pulling the Bybit chart, but this is not accurate. HBAR's all-time high is like 60 cents. I don't know why it's saying that. It's wrong. The data is wrong, guys.
Well, sometimes exchanges can have a glitchy wick, a scam wick that just happened on that exchange.
Yeah, I think we're in the middle of another leg up, guys. And sometimes, even with like the next 4 month scenario, you're gonna tell me that those 4 months that we looked at on Ethereum, there weren't resets inside those candles.
Yeah.
It is what it is, guys. It's crypto. All right, Trent, should we head over to the news? See if we got anything going for us?
Yeah, let's do it.
And guys, if you haven't and you're new here, please like and subscribe. YouTube is a grind, and we love doing it, and we're never going to stop doing it. But if you do want to support us, you can join our X community. You can like the X stream. You can subscribe. You can hit that bell. That does wonders for us on all platforms. It makes me happy. I wake up in the morning, I have my cup of coffee. I'm like, yeah, we grew somebody today. Community is up and
If you subscribe to the channel, you'll touch T-Square right in the banana zone.
Banana zone. Satoshi Nakamoto becomes the 11th richest, I'm going to say man, but we don't know if it's a man or woman, 11th richest in the world as Bitcoin hits 120K. Satoshi Nakamoto's richest man. Did
you say that you don't know if Satoshi is a man or a woman?
Well, technically.
So you don't know, right? I'm just trying to be clear.
You don't know.
So then,
Arkham says it's a man.
So then, in theory, could Satoshi Nakamoto actually be Taylor Swift?
She's not that smart. Increases $7.4 billion to $128 billion.
Oh, hey, switch your screen to the news article.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, there we are. Here we are, guys. We're reading Satoshi Nakamoto, the 11th richest man in the world. The value of Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin holdings increased by $7.4 billion today, now worth $128 billion. How would you like to be like one of the world's richest guys, and you work your whole life for it, and then some invisible dude that nobody's ever met beats you out in that spot?
Zerka says, Satoshi is my grandma. I'm not supposed to tell anyone, but I trust you guys.
Your grandma must be a cool lady, Zerka. I don't know many people have the name Zerka, so that already tells me that I can trust you too. Congress opens crypto bill debate with claims that GOP gave way to the industry. Discussions in the House Committee Rules opened with, are they supposed to be swords? I don't know. Oh, those are his legs.
By the way, this is the best hazy double IPA I've had in a long time. We haven't been rating our stuff lately, but I'm gonna go ahead and rate right now. Sorry, I gotta do this because I'm digging this one. I'm gonna rate this at an 8.5, which is the highest rating that I've given on the channel so far. So there you go.
Trent, when do you think we're gonna get? So it's supposed to be declared. What X Labuka says XRP XLM H4 who do you all like the best? I am, in this order, I would probably say XRP, HBAR, XLM. I don't like XLM. I think you're not wise to not hold all three of them. I think XLM just kind of rides in the coattails of XRP, and it has always, but I think it will outperform XRP because of the smaller market cap. At least for this bull run, I definitely am. If I had to choose one or the other, I would buy XRP because I like buying more blue chips for longevity. And I like Hedera because I think Hedera has a lot more developed on it than freaking XLM. Like, I built partnerships. It has Boeing, Google, IBM, Modelo's, or whatever the cookie brand is. I mean, there's so many different brands that you can, I love them all, man.
XRP, I should throw my croc through the screen just for asking.
Yeah. Zerka, I am a huge Crow person, and then you could tell because if you go through our channel, we interviewed Coin Baron and Gold Pony. I think Coin Baron was like last month, and Gold Pony was like this month. I love Crow. I think Crow's going to do great things. I have no problem with it. I told everybody from the beginning, even myself when I bought it, I think Crow tends to be like a later mover. But when it rips and it's time to rip, that sucker just roars. It roars. And I think that I'm probably going to switch over to their banking when they get set up. I'll pull out of where I currently have my checks deposit because I'm not retired into crypto.com. And I think they're totally fine. I'd rather use them over any other bank out there that I trust because I can have my crypto on there. I can have my debit card, my credit cards. The rewards are good. You get free Spotify if you have X amount of Crow. Dude, I just think it's great. I think the whole setup what he's doing, you can buy stocks on there. I think it's going to be super slick.
Hey, when we first met, you got me interested in Crow again. I didn't really care about it, I'll be honest, but you started talking. I was like, okay. I need to give it a second chance.
I'm telling you, those ETF baskets that they have will do numbers for them. I think when I would say they would do pretty good in the bull run, but I think when crypto is full on mainstream, I think everybody is going to be buying those baskets because I know a lot of people know what the heck they're talking about, but they trust crypto.com. And what I went over before, Zerka, is like Gen Z or the boomer generations. Those are the ones that have like the nest eggs, the golden egg that they've been saving. And what do they recognize? They recognize the .com. They don't recognize IO. They probably won't ever trust the IO. I have a hard time telling my dad he can trust his iPhone. He's like, well, it's always spying on me. I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure you've been spied on way before you had an iPhone. I'm just telling you. He's like, well, I don't want to make it any easier. Well, I don't think it matters. I think you're going to do it regardless. But I think the .com pulls in that boomer generation quite well. And I think as people help, me, I push everybody into. I used to do Coinbase, push everybody to Coinbase, but I love Crow. I think it's simple, good onboarding, good everything. Did the Trump too? So nah. Did you see Trump Truth Social Media ETF? Yes, I did. Yeah. I think it was a combination of that and the Ton Coin partnership, which pumped Crow that day. I do think it's huge, dude. Something that I've been watching the Trump social thing is it kind of freaks me out a little bit, but I'm a Republican. They classify me as a Republican. I don't like to say I'm a Republican. I like to be a patriot. I have no problem voting for either party, but I do love Trump and what he's doing. And they have their fingers in everything. They're in the cell phone industry. They got in the social media industry. They're in the hotel industry. They're in the construction industry. They're getting it. I don't know. They're in everything, and I think that it's just going to continue to grow and stack. Which I don't even know. You could say that's a monopoly. Maybe it is. I don't know. Idea. They're just really making competitors for all other businesses. Is what they're really doing. And I think this whole thing with Elon Musk is a kind of giant show. Maybe Elon Musk partners with them and gives them, what's the Wi-Fi he uses, Trent?
All this money came from Koreans the last couple of days. We need regulation to bring in institutions and hedge funds. Well, the institutions and hedge funds are here.
I agree.
ETFs are here. BlackRock and Grayscale and ProShares And hell, True Social, like everybody and their grandmother, like Labruca said before, or who said that? His grandma is Satoshi.
Zerka.
Oh, that was Zerka.
I remember the specific, the unique name.
So everybody and Zerka's grandma are applying for ETFs, and the thing is, guys, institutions
What's up, SG?
and hedge funds are here. Regulation is here. Regulation is here. Guys, it's on the thumbnail.
Especially this week.
Yeah, this is crypto week. Guys,
Yeah, we got the Genius Act, the Clarity Act, and
bills,
the
market structure.
The Privacy Act.
Yeah, and then, guys, there's still more coming. The market structure bill is on its way after that.
Ooh, yeah, Zerka's tapping on this one right here. That's important. What are you saying? What did I say? Korean. What you said? NVIDIA and HBAR. Yeah, where's that article that you had posted? I can't keep up.
The thing about the Koreans, though, Michael. Yeah, that's what makes crypto unique. Back in 2021, like, you know, I'd wake up in the morning and see everything pump overnight. And what you don't realize when you're new to the space, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying someone out there that might be new to the space. What you don't realize is that when people stop trading over here, the Asian markets are just getting started. So that's part of what creates parabolic pumps in Bitcoin and crypto, is that you have green candles that just get carried away, and then, you know, and then the Asian market wants to get into that momentum, or vice versa. So yeah.
And I was Labruca. I was saying, like, Starlink. I bet you they'll probably partner up somehow with Trump Media at some point if they haven't already. They might wait like a couple years so everything blow over. But Elon and you know what's really interesting is Elon and Trump blew up and had a giant fight, and then all of a sudden you see Pam Bondi and Dan Bongino blow up and have a fight, and I don't even know where that came from. What is this going on? It's like watching a movie. Like, what the hell? I still don't even know where that came from. But going back, we rewind in reversing a little bit. You said NVIDIA and Hedera had a partnership. I was reading that also. When I looked into it, I don't know if it was on Cointelegraph. I couldn't find concrete evidence, and so I haven't brought it up yet. Maybe there's more out since the last time I looked on it. And dude, RuneScape was the shit, man, when I was growing up. You know what's funny? I wasn't really allowed to play it, so I went to my friend's house. My mom and dad, they were like, you can't play that game, there's demons in it. I'm like, yeah, but you're killing them. They're like, no, I don't think so. I'm just saying, hardly money coming in from USA.
Well, you know what, Michael? Doesn't that speak to, like, the average IQ of Americans? Like, you know, yeah, the Asian market's buying it up because on average they're smarter than us. Like, you know, it is kind of embarrassing.
Be for yourself.
You're right. Hey, good for you, Michael. I've been here since January 2021. Yeah, you know, got some history in the space. You know, worked for BitBoy for 3 years.
I was gonna say we had a fast track because of that. You know.
Well, yeah, I mean, and just in terms of immersion in the space, I'm not saying that, you know. I'm not saying everything he did was smart, but, you know, I am saying we were immersed.
Well, that's just saying, like, the Hedera did partnership with NVIDIA, but I want to find a little bit more.
Yeah, dude, Michael, back in 2017 and 18, like, there wasn't much out there. I mean, yeah, there was Lark, there was Altcoin Daily is that old. You know, Jeb was like a senior in high school on YouTube.
Yeah, I was.
But yeah, it's nothing like what it is now.
So yeah, I guess NVIDIA and Hedera did partner up. When did they partner up?
It's a double-edged sword, though, Michael. You know, like, man, like, YouTubers be getting people into some real heartache. Because what happens is, like, by and large, most YouTubers out there do not care what they shill if they're getting paid to talk about it. And, like, you know, we're like dipping our toes into that struggle right now. If you go watch our most recent video on the channel, it's a paid video, and as we looked at it, we both sat there. What were your first impressions, T Square?
On the video,
Yeah,
or on the project?
on the project. I mean, we can be honest now. It's like,
you know what my first impression is on this on the project.
Well, we were honest in the video. I don't want to imply that I didn't mean to say be honest now, but you know.
Yeah, well, you know, I looked at it, and it's different when you talk about like a meme coin that's a shit coin. You know, you can hit the lottery and get lucky. What I didn't like about the project is they went through a rebrand, and they had MDAs that were put in court, almost like, you know, they paid people off, which I don't, gives me red flags. Then secondly is when I looked at the project, they're all about APY, you know, getting your yield, and you have to lock your coins in with them, and then it's all set like at 20, just shy of 25% APY, even if like baby Doge. And like, this does not seem realistic. And the reason why I didn't overly respond to the project was I don't want to see someone get scammed. And you lock your money in there, I bet you they probably would pay you that 25%, but I bet you it's only going to last like 3 months until the bear market, or 4 months until we hit the bear market, and then it's done. If you can't get out in time, then you can't get out.
So you know what we did? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And so being somebody in the space that wants to try to help educate people, we do need revenue to keep going, to get the growth going. And so we did develop a video where we kind of, you could lead into a trend if you want.
So what we did was you know what, like, they get what they deserve, though. I'm gonna be honest. Like, what we did was we said, yeah, we'll do the video, and then if you go watch the video, I literally say, hey, there was no hook in the video. Like, there was no hook in this scripted video. It starts out by saying, welcome to the channel. This is a sponsored video. We were paid 150 USDT to make this video. And so you should be extremely cautious about anything related to this project. And then through the rest of the video, like, I raised red flags the whole time. I'm like, hey, this is a rebrand of a project where people previously couldn't claim that they could not withdraw their funds. So do with that what you will. And then I transition into a point where I say, here's what NAMI Finance wants you to know about their project. And as I do that, I start, you know, I pull up some positive articles about them, and I say, hey, there's positive articles from Cointelegraph and The Bitcoinist and Crypto.news and, you know, so on and so forth. And I say that's either a really good sign for them, or it's a sign that you can pay for whatever press you want.
Pretty much true, though.
And yeah, and then at the end of the video, I say, look, at the end of the day, this is crypto. You can do what you want, not financial advice. I've shown red flags. Hey, and then you know what I did after that? I took the links out of the description to their project, so no one can even click the link. Like, we don't have the link in the description for people to even go to their project. It's just, if anyone watches the video, all they're gonna see is an objective video that says, look, I was paid to make this video, and also I see a lot of red flags. You're getting my honest opinion. People can't pay for a fake opinion from us.
Exactly. Now, if we like the project, we'll give you a good video. You know,
right.
We didn't make a shit video. We just were honest, and we're like, dude, I don't really like this project, and tell people what it is. Michael Camp, I also would like to tap onto, like, you say, by the top 10 coins when people where you have newcomers, I like to point people to the crypto.com sector, and then I like to go to the ETF baskets because they literally have like a top 10 basket already pre-built, and they also have an ISO basket, and they also have the blue chip American basket. And I really like to encourage people to go over there because they don't know what they're going to get into, and crypto.com does the studying for you, and the newcomers don't have to worry. They can just get into one of these baskets and be a-okay. I think that's a really good deal. Guys, we have a lot of people out there watching that are new. Please like and subscribe. I know I've already asked a couple of different times, but man, we've been stuck in the 80s for a while now, and I just really want to push us out of there.
If you subscribe to the channel, you might not be subscribing to the biggest or the best crypto channel out there, or even the most intelligent, but you're definitely joining the Brew Crew, the most hydrated community on YouTube. And if you subscribe to the channel, you'll touch T-Square right in the banana zone. Who doesn't want to make someone else happy? Who doesn't want to bring someone else joy? Look at how big T-Square's smile is going to be if you subscribe.
you know, though, I do think we're one of the best out there. And my reason, we don't have the high-end equipment or nothing, but we, look at Altcoin Daily. He doesn't do live videos. Those guys, they're more of a crew than they are themselves. And I'm not trying to show shade on Altcoin Daily, but you also don't know what you're going to get. And I think another thing, too, is that we are small, and I've been rug pulled before, and I've been scammed before. And honestly, I don't want to see somebody else have that happen to them, To be honest, that shit really fucking pissed me off. And I really want to help people, and that's my main goal. And I want to keep my integrity while I do it. And I'm going to teach people where I screwed up, And that's it, man. I want to be real. I don't want to be no freaking teleprompter freaking guy that can't do a live video. This is where it's at. This is where people are made. Yeah, I'm rugged by Moonchain. Dude, I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. Freaking Moonchain. That sounds like a pretty small micro cap, dude. I've been rugged. Ecta rugged me for like 70 grand. Dude, it grew to that, and I took profits, but I didn't take all of it out. And one night I looked at it, boom, it was gone. Everything. Like, boom.
I never heard of it, but the name reminds me of Safe Moon.
It does make me think of Safe Moon. It also makes me think of Moonbeam.
Oh yeah.
And then I lost a lot of money in Luna.
Oh.
And Voyager. Dude, when I first got into crypto, I had one Ethereum on Voyager, and I got whiff if they could be collapsing, and I pulled that stuff out. They sent me an email telling me that it wasn't my money, and I had to give them my 1 ETH back. I was like, you guys could go pound freaking sand. I was like, that was my money, and I took it out because it was mine, and I heard you were collapsing.
Hey, Believes loves his Luna Classic and his mantra. By the way, we have one interview with him already posted on a channel. We have another getting posted soon. We don't agree with, necessarily with everything, just like anyone we bring on the channel. It's not an endorsement of anything they say.
It's like Ben Bitboard, we love that guy. But the last 6 months, I just didn't agree with a lot of the stuff he did. I still have his back to this day, guys. He was cool to me. I'm sorry. And he got a lot of shade, and I told him, I said, dude, I like AJ, and I told him I like Justin. And I said, dude, J-Chains, I said, they got your back, man. And sometimes your friends have to be real friends.
Yeah. That shirt looks like you bought it from BitBoy. Yeah, it is.
No, I didn't buy it. They gave it to me.
I have the one that has the Bitcoin and the picks, like the mining tools on it. Our backstory, you can see it at other places in the channel, but we both worked for Hit Network. T-Square worked with Pluto Alliance. My wife worked in socials. I worked in writing for a brief period. And then the split happened, and my wife and I went with Ben to build his new channel, and we've been with him ever since. His current happenings, his current, what's going on with him right now. We still have company emails right now. I'm logged into his Twitter. To be honest, I can prove it to you if you want, but like, it's that at the end of the day, they used to wear that shirt all the time. Yeah, we started this channel.
Besides, I don't like polka dot. Stay away from polka dot, okay?
Yeah.
I have my own reasonings behind it, and Gavin Words, I saw it with my own eyes. He did an interview, and it was erased off the internet for eternity. And he said some of the most disgusting things that were like Epstein related. Horrid on YouTube. I will never touch that guy's dude's project ever again. I thought he was a genius, dude, for his participation in Ethereum. I will never touch Polkadot ever again. It ruined it.
Yeah, look, that honestly,
that's why I will never touch it. That's why DC ain't free. I will never touch it. He said some crazy, the worst things you could ever hear come out of his mouth.
Are you okay if I allude to what it is exactly?
I don't care.
Oh yeah,
you can allude to it. I'm not alluding to it.
It has to do with children and pedophilia and child sacrifice and
eating
stuff like that. Yeah, and look, that's not a Ben Armstrong conspiracy like that.
That's why. Why do you think he got kicked out of the Polkadot community? Like,
yeah, look up Moloch DAO. It's or don't if you don't want to see it.
Degen.
But
what is Degen? Actually,
but T Square saw the interview with his own eyes. Polkadot. Look, just go look at the Polkadot chart and just ask yourself, what has it done? Like it. When we first started the channel, we were doing something called Crypto Cemetery. We should get back to it. We should bring it back. But honestly, it's not. If you've been buying up a lot of stuff, that's fine. If you've been buying it at really low prices, that's fine. You've been stashing your money away, basically. I would highly encourage you, and I don't tell people what to do ever, really, but on this one, I would highly encourage you to swap it for Cardano or anything for that matter.
Like,
Pro, XRP, Solana.
It probably will make money. I can't touch it for like my own beliefs.
Ethical reasons.
Ethical.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up Degen right now. It looks like most of all crypto charts, people hated on XRP when it was 50 cents. Dude, I bought so much XRP. Dude, when I was at 30 cents, I bought 100,000 XRP tokens. And then in the May hype, all my friends finally talked me into moving some of it out. And dude, I lost like almost all of it. I still have some XRP, but I was like watching everything pump up in the May high. I'm like, oh man, I want to get into some of these coins. So I started. They were like, well, you should sell your XRP. It's never going anywhere. I'm like, yeah. They won the lawsuit, but it didn't really go anywhere. It went to $1 and went back down and never really ran up with anything else. So I sold it and then went up, and then I never sold the other coins in the May hype, and I lost a good chunk of it. That chunk of it. It looks like most of the crypto charts people here. Oh yeah, okay. It's a base coin. Yeah, I found it over here. I'm charting it out right, or not charting it, but I pulled it up. It's 100 million market cap. Share screen. Remove, add a stage. It has 39 billion. Honestly, it makes me think of a meme coin. I'm not gonna lie. 23 billion circulation, but 13 billion isn't. The one thing is that Uniswap holds 15%. Aerodrome holds 8%, Coinbase Exchange holds 12%, Bybit holds 5%, Gate.io holds 12%, OKX holds a good chunk. Let's check out page 2. HDX holds a little bit, DeepCoin holds a little bit. I'm gonna jump over to the top hole is one wallet. Okay, it didn't say it was one of the exchanges. Could be the dev's wallet, holds 32%. That's ETH. That's an ETH, So top 10 wallets hold 55% of all coins, all the coins.
Yeah,
that's kind of sketch, man. I'm not gonna lie, it is a meme coin. Turbo Brett, Toshi. I wouldn't buy it. It's too risky for me. I like to buy. If I buy meme coins, I think, dude, what do you want to get? I think Bonk at 20x. I'm like, what you were trying to get a 50x? You know, you start getting a little riskier if that's what you want. When do ETFs need to be decided on by? I think they're kind of stretched out. I think August. August is like a big month for ETF, so like 30 days. Like 30
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, some they're different for every coin. Some stretch into August. The very, 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 very last date for Cardano could be October. Okay, but they have to actually delay a date later later at the end of July in order to stretch it to August. Solana is coming up in July, and that could have an extension to October as well. XRP is also coming up before August. While you look at the chart, I'll go ahead and grab some info about that.
Where you're at, chart. It's been nothing but downwards action. Okay, I can't say it's not dead, but it doesn't look super great. We're having more price with downward action with the blue momentum, with angling down, VWAP's coming down, strength coming down, Stokes are down. Good news is the money flow is coming in on the 1 hour, 4 hour. That looks like a double top. I would have said it could be a couple handle, but it looks more like a double top to me. We use Heiken-Ashi candles on here. These are regular candles. These are Heiken-Ashi. I like how it smoothes it out. Gertrude pointed out, and so market stuff was designed for Heiken-Ashi. We had a trigger wave right here. Now we're kind of having, it looks like a little trigger wave coming down right here. Green wave looks good. Strength is kind of plateauing, which is kind of a good sign. VWAP is still angled down, and we still have a momentum coming down on the blue momentum wave. So I would say we're still bearish on it on the 4 hour. The 12 hour, we have the blue momentum waves high. We can afford a fake out. I don't think this is a fake out. I think this is actually turning. We did have a golden cross hit right here. The red wave coming down. Like a good fake out. This does look a very double toppy to me. To be honest with you, the red dots saying we're coming down. We don't confirm it for another 8 hours. Strength coming down. Stokes are high. VWAP's just opening up to the downside. Green money flow's barely in it on the daily. 12 hour. The daily doesn't really say too much. It looks like the momentum's rolling over though on itself on this momentum wave. 31. 2 day looks okay. The 2 day looks okay. The 3 day looks okay-ish. I like the 2 day more than the 3 day because the 2 day almost 3 day almost like it's trying to roll over on itself. How old is this coin? The weekly looks, the 8 day looks good. We got a green dot, just like all the other memes. And we have a green dot right here too. I think it's going to play out. I think you'll make money on here if it doesn't rug. I think that's a really good sign to see that on the weekly. It's actually a lot older coin than I thought. It came out back in July last year. The VWAP is just starting to come up. I think there are gains coming to this. I don't know how much, and I don't quite know when. Like everything's. It looks very similar to a lot of stuff that we just checked out today. Like, you know, I think we might have downwards action till like late tomorrow, Wednesday, before we really know what's going on.
Solana
Bonk could go to 20 billion market cap. Dude, Bonk can easily go to 20 billion market cap. Easily. Think about SHIB. SHIB went way above. What did SHIB get to, Trent? Like, Doge got to 70 billion market cap. Yeah, we have more coins right now, but Bonk's like the number one meme on Solana, and I've been saying this since 2022. I said, I don't care about WIF, I don't care about Myro, I don't care about all the other memes. I said, Bonk is the one. Bonk is the chosen one for Solana. I've been saying that for the get-go. So it could easily get to 20 billion market cap. I mean, I think SHIB got to like 50 billion. 50 billion is double what Bonk could get to, and it's Solana. And guess what? Solana is like where all the memes are created. They're hardly even on Ethereum anymore. Yeah, SHIB could do that. SHIB could do that. I can't say it's going to. I'm saying it could.
Yeah. So they're all, the final delay for all of them is October. Solana, October 10th. XRP, October 18th. Dogecoin, it just says October. Litecoin, Cardano, October, Polkadot, HBAR, Avalanche, November.
I think HBAR actually has
And-
one before that, Trent, because I remember Hedera has one through Canary Capital, and it was one of the first ones done. Because don't you remember Ben? Ben didn't really like Canary Capital, and he made fun of him a little bit.
Yeah, the Bitwise
Why did you
10
blur out,
crypto
Trent?
index fund, huh?
You're completely blurred out. You're not even moving. What are your exit strategies? My exit strategy is I have a couple of different ones, to be honest with you, and I haven't quite figured out which one I want to use. If I were smart, I would do the DCA strategy, like Alex Becker tells you, Blockchain Backer tells you, is you pick like a price point in the parabola, is what they would say, and then like you could say, okay, well, let's say hypothetically XRP is going to go to $10. Okay, we don't really know the math. Well, let's just say, well, if it gets to $10, well, let's take 10% out 6, 10% out 7, 10% out 8, 10% out 9, 10, you DCA out. Now me, I got really good at reading the charts and the data, so I could kind of help educate myself. I don't have to fully rely on influencers how to get out. And I'm going to share all my research with you first hit, and I'll tell you how I'm going to do it. But another strategy is you do it by time frame. We just went over early on Ethereum. We might end, the bull run might end in November. It just might. A lot of people like George think that want to go to $250,000 Bitcoin. I don't think that. I don't think that at all. And I said a while ago, I was thinking 140 to 180. That's kind of like my price target. So when we start getting into that time frame, yeah, it's gonna get scary. And another thing I was thinking about today is, hypothetically, if you have, let's say your price target is an unrealistic goal. Let's say like $1 million. I'm just gonna say that because it's gonna help me figure this out, make it easy math. Is let's say your portfolio always sits around 300,000. You kind of wait for it to hit that 1 million, and you're just going to sell it all at once. Well, what if it doesn't actually happen like that? As like we were talking earlier about SHIB hitting a 20 billion market cap. Well, if that 20 billion goes in the bonk, what if that 20 billion hits Doge, then it hits SHIB, then it hits bonk? So you might have a time frame where you have to sit and wait for that coin to pop up, and you have to sell it, and then that 20 billion goes into Hedera. I'm just talking about numbers, and then Hedera shoots up. Like, you might not ever have $1 million at once in your portfolio to sell all at once like that. You may have to sell coins off individually. Use Crow, for example. Okay, so with Crow, I think an all-time high for Crow, I think it's at least going to $1. And now there's a chance it could go to like 60 cents. That's a possibility. Anything's really possible, to be honest with you, but I think $1 is realistic. I think Crow will probably hit $1. I'm going to do a dumb number. Let's say $1.33. I think $1.33 is a realistic all-time high. That's not crazy X's, but it's crazy X's from where it's at currently. That's only a 30% gain on top of its previous all-time high. I think there are some charts out there that say it can go to $2.50. It goes to $2.50, great. I'll probably be out by $1. That's I picked these numbers when I was buying the bear market. I wanted to be out by $1, and that's kind of my goal. And if it gets to $1, and it's like October or September, and we're still in the parabola, and everything's still going crazy, I might not sell all of it yet. I might sell 50% of it yet. I'll leave 50% in there to see how it happens the next month. That's kind of like my strategy. It's a little bit play by ear, but a lot of times you just kind of have to read the charts. You have the numbers in your head, and you have a little strategy and when you want to take it out. Wouldn't you sell a percentage at 60 cents? You could sell a percentage at 60 cents. I think taking a profit, that's like 6x from here. Are you really going to bitch and moan about a 6x? Probably not. It's not where I personally have the number set out in my head. I definitely think that we will break an all-time high. That's where I'm waiting for it. If we don't break an all-time high, that would suck. I don't think Crow's going anywhere. We will break an all-time high next time, 100%. Like 60 cents, you can keep the rest in for $1. You can do that too, Zerka. 100%. That's just another strategy.
For me, there's like two primary strategies. One is do your best effort at very precise technical analysis and set limit sell orders at the levels that A, you think your coin is going to go to. B, the targets that would significantly improve the quality of your life. And you don't have to sell all of it. But what are those targets? Set limit sell orders there so that they trigger without your emotions being involved. So that's one thing. My preferred method is DCA out. when you're, figure out the
Yeah, you can
time
do it,
frame that you want. Like, I'm not going to DCA out of Cardano right now. It has not had its run yet. But figure out the time frame that you think, and
Here's something too.
whether it be after a new all-time high, then hey, start selling 5% of your bag a week, maybe.
And here's something too, Zerka, that if you keep coming to our show, we'll go over this data with you. So here's the previous bull run, right? Well, you get the double top right here. You get the first red dot on the market cipher down here. It says red dot says get out. Okay, boom. You get out on this red dot. You didn't hit the top, but you got pretty damn close, okay? Then you come over here. You could have waited. We got a green dot right here. You could have jumped back in on this green dot confirming. You knew you were having another run up. You could have ran that up, had another red dot right here. Boom, you get out. Guess what? You caught this top a second time. Okay, these are the monthly. These are 2 weeks. Well, that works fine. Monthly, 2 weeks, the same thing. Then you could hang out, chill out. You could have got a green dot right here. You could have jumped back in, got a red dot, boom, get out. You maybe broke even, maybe lost a little bit, and then you would have just waited because you kind of would have been like, oh, the market's over. It's March. You knew that we were in the bear market. You probably wouldn't have actually ever jumped back in. You would have watched the 21 starting curve down. You'd be like, let's just chill out. Could have waited. You could got back in on this green dot. You could have also got back in on this green dot over here. Now, if I go to the monthly candles, they actually, the fewer dots, so it kind of gives you a little bit more clear view. So there's your red dot right here. There's your green dot. You could have got back in, got more gains. Then there's your second red dot. The green dots on the blue momentoids on the bottom literally mark the bottom of the market. Boom, mark the bottom in January of 2023 when everything collapsed. Come over to this green dot. Boom. You literally marked the bottom over here. Like, this stuff is crazy. Here's the run up over here. This, I don't know why, but these red dots get slightly off, and it really should be right here when it first curved over, and you would have been boom. You would have got out right here. That would have been a sweet spot. You could have even seen it. That was getting ready to flip over a little bit ahead because I've learned to interpret the data and to foresee the dots coming. Boom, you got another red dot. You would have got out right here. This dot right here is kind of near the zero line. Where is it at? September 2023. I don't know if I'd have to go back to see what was actually happening then, but you do get a green dot for a trigger wave immediately right behind it, and boom, it just runs up. And then we get this red dot, boom, you get out, boom, 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 boom. We got candles, we chill out, boom, we got a green dot, we get back in, boom, you would have ran it all the way back up. We got a fake out, boom, red dot, get out, and we just confirmed another green dot. Now, what we were talking about earlier, Trent, where was I at? I was looking at.
Can you set sell orders for $1 right now? Yeah, absolutely. It depends on what exchange you use. On Coinbase, yeah, you can set limit sell orders. That's what you're looking for, is limit sell orders. Interesting. That seems difficult to time in reality, though. Well, look, it depends on your coin. If you were in Cardano at the peak in 2021, you would have had, we've said this on the stream in the past.
We can go to Cardano right now, Trent. I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
Cardano. Here it is. Here's the peak. We'll jump to like the weekly time frame. Okay. Here we are. Look, like Trent said, we run up. Boom. You would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You could say, you possibly say 11 weeks to sell at $2.18 on the low.
Yeah.
And the medium, you would have had like 2.25.
Yeah. So Cardano would have given you, well over, in between 70 to 90 days to sell. So if you have a GCA out strategy, a dollar cost average out strategy, the same way you should have a dollar cost average into the market strategy, then honestly, if you were selling 5% of your bag every week for 10 weeks, you would have had, and if you started if you started like on the way up to the pump, you would have sold, somewhere between 60 to 80% of your bag over the course of 8 weeks, and you would have got an average exit of well over $2.
And you know
would
what?
have crushed it, in other words.
DCA says, I didn't know the market was dumping. What happened?
I want to say this, though. The coin that you're in matters when it comes to that, though. Because if you're not in a blue chip, like if you're not in something that is that has as much tenacity as Cardano does. Like there's other charts that go straight up and right back down. There are charts that would not have given you that much time to take profit. So the coin that you're in matters. You know?
And what's happening right now to DCA is if you come over, so we can clearly see we're dumping, right? Oh my goodness, we're dumping. How can we be dumping? We're at 117,000. Okay, it was like what, a day and a half ago we were at 117. Like I'm not sweating it. We're at this little level of support right here, and it's okay. We might even be able to break it, and we could even come down to 111. That's realistic. We have a CME gap at 115, Trent, at 114 that never got filled. But what probably is happening right now, if you come over to the liquidation heat map, guys, we broke into these liquidation, and we just been pushing them down. These stupid longs keep getting eaten up, and they're down here right now. So before we even come up to get the other liquidity over at 123,000, it's just going to eat all these people's lunches. And when it runs out of lunches, like probably around 114, you can even go a little lower. Let's say we can say 114, just because you're forcing people to sell because it's eating their lunches. Now we fill that CME gap. Now we can come back up to the 123 level. Really, also, if you go look over on the candles, we're just resetting, guys. We were way oversold, way hot. We were at 190. Yeah, way overbought. The Stokes needed to come down. Look at it. Look at the Stokes line on mine. It's just freaking this red line is straight up, dude. It can't get any hotter. So it's just coming down. And you know, if you look at longer time frames, we're super bullish on longer time frames. Okay, like the 1 day it's kind of like the 2 day hasn't set its top. 3 day says we haven't had top. The 5 day says, hey, no sweat, we're gonna have a great rest of the month. And the weekly saying that too. Confirmed the green dot. It hasn't even started rolling over itself. Dude, this is such jump change. By the end of the week, you guys won't even remember. We'll be at 123 no time. I mean, come on, what, $117,000 right now? For 1% of Bitcoin to fall, that's almost $2,000. No, wait. 1,000. I was gonna say $1,700, but that doesn't sound right to me. That's $1,170. 1,170. So like $1,000. It's like $1,200. Okay, so 1% is $1,200. Nah, this is cool. It's fine. It's whatever. Bitcoin makes bigger moves as we get bigger. I'm pretty close to wrapping it up, Trent. I don't know where you're at.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I think we should go ahead and.
You know what? No, we shouldn't yet. No, not yet.
Well, I'm gonna have to.
No, you got no. Trent, let's let me give you a second. Try it out loud. Because as soon as you say that, people start dipping. Guys, BYDFi, we've partnered up with them. If you're looking to learn how to trade, you can put $100 in. You get 60% bucks, which is like 60% of your money in the one trade. That's for new users only. And if you really want to get experienced trader, if you're out there, you put $5,000 in there, you get $1,000, 20% of your money instantly. And that's like a free sample. So if you don't even like it, take your $5,000 back out, and you still keep the $1,000 you can learn and trade with, guys. And if you use our link, you get VIP level access too. Go check it out. Save you 20% in fees. Get your $1,000. Go have fun. If you just want to learn how to trade, hit up the $100. You get almost $200 in value, and you go out there and learn how to trade. And you want to hit up Blowfin too?
Yeah, you know, if you look on our X, we also have a link to Blowfin. It's also in the description. But look, the thing about that is you do get better deposit bonuses on BYDFi. You only get 10% cash back on Blowfin. So you have to deposit $10,000 to get the same $1,000 bonus that you get on BYDFi. We have this here simply because, you know, someone reached out to us. We appreciate that. And hey, some people could prefer Blowfin as their exchange of choice, and they just want to make another account to support us. So, you know, we'll welcome it. So there you go.
There you go. All right, guys. Have a good night. Appreciate you being the most hydrated brew crew out there on the interwebs. You guys kick ass. We're here for you, just like you're here for us. Please like and subscribe. You'll see us tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific Northwestern time. Thank you so much. You guys have a great night.